Hi and welcome to this all new episode of Sailing Vessel Reality. In this week's episode we arrive in Lanzarote. Lee's wife flies in from the UK. We explore a nearby volcano. Dave ups our fishing competition. Lee talks drones whilst David crashes them. I'm Gary and this is a crew of reality. My younger brother David and our long-time friend Lee.
You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. The marina here in Lanzarote is huge, and there's all different classes of boats here, yachts and motorboats. You can see there the office, that's the main office area, and the fuel barge, and just coming up beyond on that headland there is Playa Blanca, very popular beach resort, and that island there is Fuerteventura, the second island in the chain. You can see our berth here is, we're two up on this berth, so when the people in front want to move, then we have to move out the way for them. Where we are in the Atlantic, in Lanzarote, is a complete contrast to the Mediterranean from a tidal range point of view. You can see the dock over there. The tidal range here is about 2.7 metres, so later today when we get a high tide, that pontoon and the boats alongside will be almost level with the top of that wall there, so you could probably step off and go into the restaurant. The marina here in Lanzarote we're in, it's got everything, restaurants and even a swimming pool. Lots of clothes shops, it's got everything. We arrived here in Rubicon Marina yesterday, and today we needed to go to the police station to check in, and unfortunately the taxi driver took us to the wrong police station, but the police there were helpful and pointed us in the right direction, and it was a 40-minute walk to the police station that we needed to go to. And when we got there, the police weren't actually at home, so the office was closed. Fortunately, they left a phone number, so we called them and they said no problem, we'll be there in 20 minutes. So we popped off for a quick coffee and then came back, and the policeman very kindly stamped the boys' passports. He gave my passport back and mentioned that they didn't need to stamp my passport in La Linea when we left, which I knew was true because I'm a resident in Spain. So that process, and I know we've spoken about that before, that process cost €100 just to get us stamped in, because we needed to get a taxi there and then a taxi back. So that's all part of the process of checking into a country, and something that we have to accept is it goes with the territory. Oh, you got one in the bag, in the boat as well? Well, that one out here. Hello, darling.
Through it
So Dave's now going to explain how he's going to up the game for the fishing competition to come.
Right, so this was the original reel that we used, which has only got a £30 breaking strain on the line, which actually lost me a huge fish.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was big.
It broke the line anyway. So now we bought a 3-in-1 multiplier.
Yeah.
Which I believe is going to give Lee a good run for his money. And hopefully with the £90 braking strain that we've got now on this line, I shouldn't lose too much, if anything.
Yeah. Let's have a look at that reel, Dave.
Well, that's a nice reel.
So it's not dissimilar to the pen that I'm using.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice reel, and it's got a good loud clicker as well.
It has. It's got a good clutch adjustment on it.
Okay. So when a fish takes that line, when the clicker's on, you hear quite a loud clicking noise.
Yeah.
In fact, it's very similar to the microphone that Dave's got attached to his shirt there. So Dave, just demonstrate that for us. Okay, so Dave uses that to wind me up. He sits there pulling that, and I'm thinking it's the clicker on the reel going.
That's purely coincidental, I
Yeah,
assure you.
right. I think it's that's a wind up. Okay, carry on, Dave.
So we've bought various new lures. These probably won't get used too much, but we will try them. These are my secret weapon.
Yeah, well, they're the typical Muppet lure. That's a typical Muppet
You calling
lure.
me a Muppet?
No, that's a Muppet lure. Okay.
But this is, I think, going to be the best one.
Yeah, okay. Pink one's always popular.
I did catch a Dorado on one very similar to
Okay,
this.
and they're pre-rigged, aren't they? So they've got the couple of meters of leader, which is the normally fluorocarbon, so it's invisible, and then you've got a nice sort of 6/0 hook. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Good. So they're pre-rigged to go. And those monsters there that you're going to be catching marlin on, yeah, which I want to watch that. Those monsters that you've bought there, they need to be rigged.
Yeah. So these are going to be rigged, but also what I can do is I can actually feed them down this line.
Yeah.
As an extra attractor.
Oh, well, actually, in the trade, that's called a teaser.
So there you go. We'll have a teaser on board. Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about? Because I can assure you I don't. But this one is the.
Oh yeah, that's nice and sparkly.
This has got the pink.
Yeah.
It's got the gold. It's got the silver.
Yeah.
So I think this could be my secret weapon.
Yeah.
I may have to cut it down a bit.
Yeah. Well, I would.
As Lee said, I don't want to really be catching marlin.
No.
I think they're going to be too big for us.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's a secret weapon.
Okay.
That one. This one will probably be going in the bin because it's only good for casting and.
Yeah. Well, you can use it for that for smaller fish when you're at anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
but
or you're.
the competition really is trolling, isn't it?
No, the competition is trolling. Yeah, you're quite right.
So that could go in the bin.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm only
Okay.
focused on the competition.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and so far it's 2 to me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a judge ruled on your mahi-mahi. It wasn't landed, so that doesn't count. So it's 2-0.
Well, you say it doesn't count.
No, the judge said it didn't count.
Well, who made him the judge?
Well, we made Jeff the judge, and
Okay.
he said that one didn't count. So it's 2-0, but the fish are about 6 up on us.
They are. But for those who are interested, it did hit the sugar scoop. So effectively, it was on the boat.
Oh, you're splitting hairs, Dave.
We're splitting hairs,
Yeah, you're
okay.
splitting hairs.
Okay. I'll accept it with grace.
Yeah, well,
Grace,
Jeff.
you accepting this?
Okay, so listen, we look forward to continuing the competition when we're out of this marina.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dave.
You're welcome.
Okay, at the moment, the problem that we have is the boat is being blown off the dock. So the only way that Gina can get on board, relatively easy, and Gina's going to demonstrate that now, is that she has to climb that ladder. That's it, well done. Hold tight. Was you going to get on board eventually? Oh, well done. That's it. It wasn't difficult, was it? Okay, now come back down and demonstrate that again. No, I was only joking. I had a request to talk about drones, and this is one of the 3 drones that we have on board, And you recall from the previous video we had a problem in Morocco caused by these drones because they're illegal. Now this particular one is mine, and it weighs under 250 grams, so it's very light. This one is very inexpensive. It's a couple of £100, a couple of €100, maybe 240 euros. The camera on this is 2.7K. They've got a new one out which is about the same price, but it's 4K, so it films in 4K. But a lot of what we load up to YouTube doesn't need to be that high resolution, so I normally only load up in HD, which is good enough. This one comes with a controller, so this is the controller. Basically with joysticks. This is a spare phone that I use, an iPhone that has the app on there from DJI, and with the controller you can basically take off, land, see what you're filming, which is obviously important. This particular drone does a couple of tricks. It doesn't do as many maneuvers. I'm calling them tricks, they're not tricks, they're maneuvers. This one will circle around an object, it will go straight up. So there's a number of maneuvers that this drone will do, whereas Gary's drone, which is a more expensive version of this drone, will do other things as well. And if you've seen maybe another sailing channel, they've been flying a drone and following the boat even under sail. Well, unfortunately this drone won't do that. Gary's will, but we're not at a stage where we feel confident enough to do that. When the boat is at anchor or stationary, then I have no problem flying this drone, but we need a little bit more confidence to use the more expensive drone that Gary has, which is over £1,000 or 1,200 euros. So we don't want to be crashing that one or damaging that one. So we're practicing on my inexpensive drone to start with. Dave's ordered a rather expensive DJI drone, not dissimilar to the one that I've got, but it's the kind of the model up. But he's using this cheap Chinese drone just to get some practice on flying it. No, here, don't go too close to that, Dave.
That's so weird because yesterday it reacted with weak signal. So this cheap Chinese one is going to end up in the sea.
I've got to bleep all that out now, Dave.
Oh, okay.
So has your drone just flown over the seawall?
No, I've literally just landed it there, just so I could prove that I
you
could
did
do
it. Oh, you landed it on purpose.
I'm walking this.
So this is our meal for this evening that Gina's prepared, and this is the antipasta. So what do we have, Gina?
We have a selection of cold meats with chopped tomatoes, onions and some herbs, with croutons, with buffalo mozzarella and some olives.
Wow, lovely. This is for Nick, by the way. Gina's going to now tell us what she's laid on for dinner tonight. What was you stirring earlier on?
Well, tonight I've made spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, the classic spaghetti bolognese.
Yes, with garlic bread.
Yeah.
And because I don't eat peppers, there's peppers on the side, which I quickly fried, sautéed in a frying pan, and fresh parmesan cheese.
Okay, right, there you go. So I thought it would be nice just to have a quick recap on the highlights of our Morocco and our trip down to Lanzarote, because there were some things that we couldn't film because at night time, and I thought it'd be nice just to have a quick recap of what was special moments for us.
Dolphins for one.
Yeah, that's
saw tons and tons of dolphins.
Yeah.
One point we had them for 9 hours, free watches, didn't we?
Yeah, the dolphin experience was
They just
really special.
stayed all night all day.
Yeah, Dave?
That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I took over from Gary, and Gary pointed out the dolphins all around the boat, which they was everywhere. And then probably half hour into it, I started seeing some of the bioluminescence trails
Yeah,
every now and again.
yeah,
They disappeared. They came back to the boat, I think just before you was due to come up and take your shift, and I saw you was actually getting ready to come up, and then I saw the huge shoulder fish come through,
Yeah.
which lighting up the sea with their bioluminescence, and then
Yeah.
also being chased by the dolphins.
And then when I came up to relieve you, you told me about what you saw, and I thought you'd maybe taken some drugs or something, because I'd never heard of anything like that before.
Yeah.
But then when I took over, and on my 3-hour shift, and I saw the same, obviously it must have been the same pod of dolphins following us.
Yeah.
And when they came in, it just looked like something out of Poltergeist. You know the way they film,
The
do
ghosts.
you know the way they film ghosts?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I saw, because it was pitch black.
Yeah.
The moon had set at that stage.
Well, that's why I didn't see the bioluminescence, because when I was on my shift, the moon was right up high,
Yeah.
which kind
so
of
you-
takes the vision away.
So you saw the dolphins.
I saw the dolphins. Yeah.
So they must have been with us for, it must have been like 9 hours.
Well, if that's the same pod or not, or there were different pods coming in
Yeah,
at different stages, don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe. But what I saw then was, for the whole 3 hours that I was on, was these what looked like ghosts coming in. You could clearly see they were dolphins, but behind them was what I can only describe as a smoke trail
Yeah.
that reminded me of
Yeah.
Poltergeist, the movie.
It's when you wish you had the best night
Yeah.
camera or night video you could ever have to film it, but you just wouldn't catch it on film. I tried.
I'm not sure if anyone, I don't know whether Gina mentioned something about that somebody had actually put some video on YouTube or something. They filmed it with some special camera or something.
Yeah.
It might be worth looking for that.
Yeah. But I actually saw the shoulder fish go through on the radar. We had the radar
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
night.
yeah.
And then when I looked
Yeah.
over, obviously I saw it all myself.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
thought I was on something that night.
Well,
when you
well,
saw
I
it.
did until I saw it myself. And the obviously the fishing was good on that trip.
Yeah.
And we had some great sailing as well.
Yeah, we did.
We had
Yeah.
some great sailing.
Yeah, it was
We had the wind behind us all the way,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Which is what we did.
and most of the time anywhere between 12 and 18 knots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
We
super.
got overpowered one night, and we had a bit of a problem with the steering, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main sail we had to drop the main so we could get down just on the code 0, which was
Exactly. Which worked perfectly.
well, that code 0 I thought was
That was super.
money well spent.
That was super. You're missing the Jaffa cakes, by the way. Karen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Listen, I've got a
But-
few in my belly.
Yeah, but look at the size. Look at the size of them.
Yeah.
They're not- they have got smaller, haven't they?
Yeah, they've gone from 4 inches down to about 2.5.
Okay.
What else was good?
Well, Tangiers was good, wasn't it? Morocco.
Yeah, we enjoyed Tangiers. Tangiers was
Beautiful
clean,
place.
tidy.
Really, really.
But
nice
unfortunately, when we checked out customs, they made it such a disaster to try and check out over these silly drones
Yeah.
that we were going to stop down in Rabat and also down in Agadir, but
Yeah.
we just decided the weather was right, we had the provisions on board, so we decided to do the 650 miles or whatever it was straight down to Lanzarote.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mentioned that in the last video because
Yeah.
of what happened with the process of in and out.
Yeah,
And we still got to. I mentioned in this video earlier that you spent €100 going down to there and back to check in, and of course I've failed to mention that you've got to spend €100 to go there and back to check out. So
Yeah.
the whole process here, although it was really friendlier, it was friendlier here.
what, in Lanzarote?
No, yeah, in Lanzarote.
Yeah.
The guy was super down there. It's
Yeah.
cost €200 to check in and out in total.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's too far to run, unless you want to go on the scooter.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you're in a main pole.
You're talking-
You'd think they would have it here, wouldn't you?
Yeah, sorry. So when I looked into coming to Rubicon, it said we could check into customs here, but of course when we checked into the marina, they said no, you've got to get a taxi. So we got a taxi down to Arifi, is it Arifi? Arrecife, yeah, to check into customs. Then we got a taxi back to Playa Blanca next door, where we got we then rented 3 months. Yeah.
But that cost you over €100,
and
it's going to cost the same to check out.
Yeah, as when me and David arrived in Almerimar, the marina called the police up and they come over and stamped the passports in the marina, which was really great.
Probably the easiest check-in we've ever had.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Really good.
Dave, do you want another Jaffa cake before I eat them?
I'm fine, thank you.
The only thing again I will say, even here, is it seems, I mean there's a reason why they do it, but and some marinas don't do it this way, but you have to go onto the dock, check in, and then they bring you over to your berth. I don't understand why you can't just come into your berth and then go over and check in at your leisure.
Yeah, I suppose so. I think.
Because some marinas don't do that. They just go into your berth and then.
Yeah, in Carucha.
If you've got clearance and customs to do, we can do it all in the same office, except you ain't got to park up, tie the lines up, flaff about, untie the boat, and then move on to your berth.
Well,
wouldn't it be great if you could just come into your berth like some marinas allow you to, and then go over?
Well, in Carucha they do, because they've got visitors' pontoons. So you go there and then they send you to the office, but invariably you stay where they stopped you.
Yeah, but don't forget, when I came into Carucha all those years ago, where I met up with you and Gina, we was already checked into Schengen, so we didn't need none of that. We just go straight on the berth.
Yeah.
But it seems to me, when you're coming into a place where you need customs help, they most certainly put you on the dock. But some places put you straight into your berth, and I don't know why there's
Funny enough, Tunisia, which wasn't the best of places to visit, they didn't even answer the radio to us. We got in, and as we got in, they called us onto the berth that we was having, and then literally
you just walked over the paper.
And which is a lot easier.
Yeah.
You're not tying off.
What's different here, and I have showed it at the start of the video. What's different here, of course, is that we're 2 up on a berth.
What do you mean?
Well, there's someone in front of us, so
if they want to get out, we've got to move.
Exactly. So there is that complication.
Well, that was another thing. When we booked this, they didn't tell us that we had a
2 up
shed.
on a berth.
Yeah, 2 up on a berth. In other words, if they want to get out, we got to move off.
Yeah.
We go back and someone comes in front of us. If we want to go out, we've got to make sure that people ain't out for the day.
Yeah.
Sightseeing, which can take all day, otherwise we can't get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they didn't tell us that. I thought it was a bit wrong of them, really. I wouldn't have argued, because we couldn't get a berth in Lanzarote for love nor money.
Yeah.
And Tony, that's been on this boat for 2 and a bit years, he's always said to me, if ever you go Lanzarote when you're doing the Atlantic crossing, before you go down to Cabo Verde, you'll need a 2-year booking to get a slot in here. And we resourced every other marina that couldn't help us because of the AR, the Atlantic Rally for Cruisers. And I didn't really think of ringing Rubicon, because I know it's the busiest main marina on the island, but we had no other option.
Yeah.
And with so many guests coming backwards and forwards, we've got a few guests coming out whilst we're here for the 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to ring them, because we can't stay on anchor, because we had quite heavy winds, 25 knots of wind, and it was, okay, it's not too bad on a catamaran, it would have been terrible on a monohull.
Yeah.
But we went into that little bay down there, didn't we? And I rang them in the morning, and well, actually, I didn't ring them. I filled the online format on Navily. They came back within minutes and said, "Yep, we can accommodate you."
Which was great. Just to explain, the Ark. This is the time of the year when many yachts join the Atlantic Rallycross. It's like
Atlantic Rally for Cruisers.
Crossing.
And there's 2. There's one straight from Gran Canaria over to the Caribbean, or there's one from, I think again it's from Gran Canaria or from here, and you go down to Mindelo in Cabo Verde.
Yeah, or straight to Caribbean.
Yeah. Gran Canaria straight over to the Caribbean, or from here down to Cabo Verde, and then from Cabo Verde straight over, which is what we're doing.
Yeah. So we're here at a busy time of year for trying to get into a marina.
And there is a few Lagoon 46 owners on the Facebook page that have contacted me asking me if I'm doing the ARC, and I've said no, I'm doing it on my own.
Yeah.
But most of those are doing the ARC.
Yeah.
Which, if anyone doesn't know what it is, it's basically a fee that you have to pay to join an organisation, and you have to comply with lots of terms and regulations. But it's a good way of meeting lots of cruisers that are doing the same thing. You're all going over to the Caribbean, you end up buddy boating and meeting up on different islands and stuff, and you can form some really good friendships.
Yeah.
But we're quite a miserable gang, so we don't want to be part of none of that.
Yeah, we're loners. We're going to do it on our own.
Yeah, we're going to do it. Actually, there's quite a few doing it on their own.
Yeah.
Dave next to us, who left yesterday,
Yeah.
With his dog Gwen and his wife. We're probably going to meet them down in Cabo Verde, but he's going round about the same time as us.
Yeah.
We're planning on jumping off on around 24th or 25th, and that'll get us there for mid-December.
So we're all here having a bit of a holiday in Lanzarote because we didn't make the stops in Morocco that the skipper had originally planned. So we got here.
Yeah, we'd have spent 2 days in Rabat and
Yeah.
two days in Agadir, or Agadoo as you call it. Agadoo.
Yeah.
So we've had more days here. We're
Yeah.
probably going to be here for a week to 10 days, as now we're here for.
Yeah, it's like a couple of weeks.
Well, no, it's more than that.
Yeah,
We're
maybe
here-
just over.
Yeah, two and a half.
Nearly 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But we was always planning to have 10, 12 days here really anyway. So all we've done is extend our days here by that amount of time that we didn't spend in Morocco.
That's it.
And I've got to say, I'd rather be here.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be much easier. Like we went into the shop the other day, the Chandlers, and we ordered up cleaning chemicals so we can wash out the water maker because we want to get that spot on. It's the only way we're going to make fresh water is by using the water maker. Once we've used up the tank water that we can fill up before we leave Cabo Verde, 3.5 weeks out at sea, we need the water maker to work. And we haven't been able to get the fluid anywhere, have we?
No.
Here, got it on order and it's being delivered any day.
Well, we could nip over before they close.
Well, she
couldn't
said
we?
it'd be a Thursday. It's now Saturday. No, I'd
Yeah.
wait till Monday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
she,
no problem.
it's Saturday and Sunday today.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
That's it. So we hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. If you have, please give it a like. If you're new here, please subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Meanwhile, we'd love to hear from you, so feel free to leave your comments below, and we'll answer you as soon as we can.